Welcome back everyone to Christy's Cookbook Chronicles. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I'm Christy and we are cooking our way through my many cookbooks I've collected over the years. The cookbook we're now cooking through is the African American Heritage Cookbook. We've made some great recipes. So far the cookbook's been a winner, and today we are going to make an appetizer. We're going to make eggplant dip. And so in many other cultures, eggplant dip is a thing, and so specifically in African and Middle Eastern culture, you might have had it as baba ganoush, which is typically a little bit more spicy than what this cookbook recipe is calling for, but quite honestly, I might spice mine up at the end a little bit, so let's get started. So as you can see here, as we talked about in our previous videos, I have all of my ingredients gathered together. We call that having your mise en place, which means having all of your things in place. So this recipe calls for us to have one large eggplant. I got a medium-sized eggplant. It was available at my local mercado. It calls for a teaspoon of tahini, and tahini is just ground sesame seeds. It's a paste made out of sesame seeds. So we need a teaspoon of tahini, we need 2 tablespoons of minced onion, 2 garlic cloves peeled and minced, we need a half a teaspoon of salt, we need 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil, and 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. And quick little note, this parsley is left over from the cucumber and onion salad we made a little while ago, and so I would advise you to do that as you cook your way through your cookbooks. Look for recipes that call for the same ingredients that you've bought so that you don't waste anything. It's okay to skip around in your cookbook. That's what we're doing. So we're going to start off by putting this eggplant, covering it whole like this in water and letting it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes while it gets tender. So we've let our eggplant simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes, give or take, until it was nice and tender. Now we need to let it cool down, then we'll peel it and mash it. So now that we've mashed our eggplant, we're gonna add in our garlic, our minced onion, we're going to put in our lemon juice, our tahini, and you'll notice that tahini separates with the oil, but that's fine. We're going to add our 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil. You can eyeball it a bit. When you're cooking, it's okay to not be as precise. Baking, you have to be precise, but cooking, be close. And now we need our salt, which is our half tablespoon of salt. And we're going to give that a whirl. So now we're going to blend this all together and give it a taste to see if it needs any adjusting after. So after mixing it in my electric stand mixer, I decided it was still a little bit too thick for me, so I put it in my blender on puree to get it smoother, and we'll see how we like it. So here's our finished eggplant dip. It is very tasty. After tasting it, I decided to add a little bit of salt, more salt to mine. Maybe I have a saltier palate than some other people, but I thought it needed a little bit of salt. I'm adding some malagueta peppers to mine because I like spicy and I think it'll taste great. And then you finish it off with your parsley, and you can mix that all together. I think that's really pretty. And you eat this with pita, and there you go. So here we are with our finished eggplant dip. Another name for baba ganoush, or another name for eggplant dip is baba ganoush. I, again, spiced this up a little bit more than the cookbook suggested. I added a little bit more salt. I added some Malagueta pepper paste because I like spicy food. And they suggest serving it with pita. I don't have any pita. I need to get some tomorrow, but I am going to eat it with a piece of pal rustica, which is rustic bread. And I think it's very tasty. I think it's a great party dip, perfect for crudité, or as they suggested, with pita. So I hope you'll make it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll join me the next time. See you soon. And as always, the recipe and the ingredients are in the description below the video. Ciao.